gentlemen, it's very thoughtful of the Council to have me invited to travel on the first train out of Galashiels, because it's always been my stated ambition, having been on the last train out of here in 1969, to be on board the next one, and here we are. The demonstration was led by the parish minister, the Reverend Bryden Mabon, who was then arrested and taken to the village police station. That made matters worse, but the crowd agreed that if I could negotiate his release without charges, they would let the train go. And so I went to the station and agreed his release with the superintendent, and the train proceeded to St Pancras 90 minutes late. And you know, there was a typical Borders aftermath to that, because the minister's son was one of the policemen, and they all went to the manse for coffee and whiskey after the train.
But one very special person who is with us today is Madge Elliott. Madge Elliott is a lady from Hawick who campaigned tirelessly to make sure that the railway shouldn't have closed in the first place, and then when that battle was lost, she campaigned again to bring it back. She's been a true inspiration, ladies and gentlemen, to every one of us who's been involved in this project, and I'd be very grateful if we could all show our huge appreciation for the marvellous inspiration that Madge has been. To Madge and to everyone in Hawick, let me be absolutely clear as council leader. In the time I have left in the council, I intend to do everything possible to make sure that Tweedbank is not the end of the line. We always said that Tweedbank would be the beginning. When we got it to Tweedbank, we would begin the campaign afresh. The railway has to go to Hawick and Carlisle. And when people use the railway today and in the weeks ahead, they will fully support and understand why it should go to Hawick and Carlisle and continue on. It's a very important project. We're working with Cash for Kids, the Radio Borders charity, during this campaign. You'll be aware that we've been working with them. We had a chocolate competition and various things to try and raise some funding for them. And that's been very important. Some of the nominees who are on the train today from Stow are young people, 72 young people from our schools, and young people who were nominated by the Borders public will go from Stow, and that's very important. Some of those young people, though, have gone through very difficult times. There are two young people who, very sadly, last year lost their mother in a very sad set of circumstances. Through the work we've done with Cash for Kids and through the railway, we've been able to help that family. They're going to London, they're going to have a number of enjoyable experiences, and they're going to be on the train.
My father, who would be looking down on this with great interest, because he used to go to Melrose on the he used to go to the 7-spot train. So he would be delighted that I'm able to be doing this today. He was a member of an organisation called McPuff, which actually in the 60s was great for getting steam trains back to Boatemcart and retaining those particular lines. So he would be delighted now officially reopen Galashiels railway station.